What if we could release the heavy emotional chains of our traumatic past today? Today. So, put your hands on your heart anytime you feel something resonate with you. I share daily practice at the end of this video that will solidify the methods and concepts we're discussing today. These small actions stack up and help each other and help comfort our inner children, as well as having a cumulative effect with deep healing methods. Touch your heart. So, we know that narcissism is basically a state of energy vampirism. The narcissists suck up our attention, positive or negative, just like Dracula. The more emotional, the better. The more hyper you get involved in a kiss, the more hyper you get involved in an argument. They don't care what it is, as long as it's directed towards them. Your attention. So what can we do? Well, we can cut off the supply and forgive us both. You know, it's how? Stop reacting emotionally. And no matter how much it stings, never take it personal. And boy, they know how to stick that knife in, don't they? Yep. Every single time you messed up, they're going to bring it up. And if you bring up something, well, I only did that because of you. Well, guess what? You have the right to react and respond this way to something I did, but I don't have a right to react and respond in any way. So we go no contact. Now, going no contact with the narc, cutting all forms of contact, cuts off their supply. In the case of a divorce, this may be having contact only through lawyers or extended family members. And with children, it can be difficult, but keep to this level. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, no matter how much they pinch, push, stick, stab, keep yourself in your center. Keep yourself in your calm. Show them that you're getting nothing out of the interaction, that they're not getting anything either. We're only having this interaction to solve the situation between us until we no longer have to look at each other. Now, the big puddle of suck for us to accept is that they're just a mirror reflection of us, and we're just a mirror reflection of them. When I had to swallow that pill, my own sociopathy, it really sucked. It got stuck about here for a couple of months. It sucks. But that's okay. Let it suck. What's sucking more? The situation you're in? Pounding yourself with the situation you have been in? Or saying, wow, okay, I don't really want to swallow this pill, but where is it that that person was mirror reflecting who I am inside? Yeah, that's the big one. So, you know, we have to really work to accept it. And accepting our own nature, our own state of being, is the hardest. It is. When you say, Hawk, what can I do about it? I say, accept it. You can't change anything outside of you. You can't control it. You can't control what's inside of you, and you can't accept it. And that's where the secret lies. Or that's where the secret is, if you prefer. So, hands on our hearts, and I accept myself just as I am. I love myself. How does that feel? I accept myself just as I am. I love myself. Yeah. Every time those racing thoughts invade our day, I accept myself. I love myself. Or I accept these thoughts. I love these thoughts and emotions. There are no bad emotions. All those feelings are deserving of being felt. There are no good or bad emotions. There are good or bad responses and reactions to having those emotions. And yes, some of them are much more comfortable. We all want to feel happy all the time. Doesn't mean we get to. But there are no good or bad emotions. There are emotions, which is energy in motion. And when we're letting go of situations and letting go of the emotional attachment to situations, we find out that there are no good or bad emotions. And we can accept ourselves a lot easier. Now, our thoughts and the connected emotions are the only things we can control. So, how do we do that? Well, we feel those feelings. And we ask them, what do you need from me? What do you want me to know? And where are you coming from inside me? What's this all about? For me, one that's been running rampant for a long time is Mommy hates me. And that goes back to when I was pre-birth, actually. But definitely to 2 years old. How can my mother hate me? She's dead. But that feeling still lingers somewhere. So I have to go back to it regularly and talk to it and say, hey, look, Mom's dead. Mommy can't hate us anymore. Not that she ever did. It's just that her actions kind of proved that she was hateful. And ultimately, she hated herself. And my inner child's going, really? Your inner child will too. So, feel those feelings and ask them, what do you need from me? What do you want me to know? Where do you come from inside me? And by accepting these things, by accepting ourselves as we are, we come to a greater realization of ourselves. It's simple. It ain't easy. Who wants to accept that the narcissist was or is the mirror of me? I didn't. I did not want to. As I've stated in other videos, I took what is nicknamed the psychopath test 5 times and scored an average of 294 points out of a 300-point test. And I said, really? Am I really going to become a hitman just to keep this marriage? Am I really going to kill my inner child to keep this marriage? It's simple. Just accept it. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. But they. How many fingers are pointing back? When you hold up that mirror, who do you see? Do you see you, or do you see a reflection of you? And they're the mirror. And we're the mirror for them, but they don't want to accept it. The power is, we're right here having this conversation. We're able to accept it, even if it is a big puddle of suck. And it is. It really is. And yes, it's true. The narcissist and me are mirrors of each other. Our inner child wants to be felt and loved in all its splendor just as much as the inner child of the narcissist does. The thing about it is, the narcissist is not going to look at that. What's the difference? We are conscious of this fact, and the narcissist isn't. And more than likely, they're not even going to look at themselves, and even if they do, they'll still blame us for not healing them. So, hands on our hearts, deep, slow breath in, and repeat. I accept myself. I love myself. I am enough. I am free. I'll be the first to admit that it feels weird. Every great spiritual master teaches some form of this practice, especially the Nazarene. We have to fill ourselves with love so that others can benefit from the overflow. It's that simple. Let's look at the golden rule that Jesus taught. Love God, love yourself as a part of God, and love everyone else as if they are you. Wow. Treat others how you want to be treated. Love others how you want to be loved. How often do you actually hear that in today's society? And how often do you actually see that? Or do we actually see that and experience that in today's society? Loving others as we love ourselves. We have to protect it from them. We got to keep it from them. They're going to take it from us. Well, give them your love. Share your sandwich. And they ain't got no reason to hurt you. So, whether you believe in a higher power or not, loving yourself as much as you can and all others as much as yourself is the key to releasing all trauma. It truly is that way. If you want to release the trauma, first you have to love yourself enough to do so. Then you have to look around and love everybody else as much as you're loving yourself. And that doesn't make any difference whether you believe in a higher power or not. And to be truthful with you, the higher power is right here. Right here, in our hearts. So, speaking of that, hands on our hearts. Breathe in slow and deep and repeat. I love myself. I accept myself. I am enough. I am free. Keep stacking these statements so that your mind will start to look for ways to make them your felt reality. It's important to feel. Guys, we're told to shove our feelings down. Real men don't cry. Bullshit. Real men stand up to pee. Well, I'll give you a little secret. They've proven that that's not only a little bit of an unhealthy practice for the prostate, but if you sit down to pee, you can play with your phone or read a book. Truth about it is these real man definitions or real woman definitions are a bunch of crap. So let's make this a conversation we can continue. Use the comments for any questions. Let me know how I'm doing with my delivery. Sometimes I get a little preachy. I apologize for that, but you know, we all have our own soapboxes. I'm working to release that. I want this to be a conversation. I want this to be a dialogue. I want this to be an interaction to where we both leave this space feeling more whole within ourselves and feeling our wholeness more fully and feeling our freedom. So thank you for pressing the like button. In the daily practice I mentioned, let's go to the mirror, put our hands on our hearts, and using our preferred name, I'll use mine, Hawk. I'm proud of you for shooting this video. Give yourself 7 things. 7 things that you're proud of yourself for. Start small. Start small. I'm proud of you for getting on bed. I'm proud of you for putting on clean underwear. You know, use your name. Use your name. Look in your eyes and push that love out. I am proud of you for getting out of bed and changing your underwear. I'm proud of you for getting out of bed and looking in this mirror and doing this silly exercise. All right? Now then, The next one is to do the same thing and say, Hawk, I forgive you for not doing this sooner. Hawk, I forgive you for not doing these things every day. Give yourself 7 things you forgive yourself for. Start small. Start small. It's not hard. And then the last part of it is, I commit to you that. Hawk, I commit to you that we're going to keep releasing videos until the phone explodes. Hawk, I commit to you that we're going to keep contacting people and connecting with people so that they know how to love themselves. So for me, I'm continuing this journey, and I'm grateful you're having it with me. And now, come up with your own reasons. Be sure to look into those beautiful eyes you see in the mirror, because every person's eyes are beautiful, and project your love into them just as you would if you were looking at your baby or any other baby. It's called eye energy exchange. And it's a very, very powerful practice. So, thank you for healing. Thank you for doing this with a smile. Thank you for loving yourself. And know that I'm your brother, and that yes, I do love you, and you are enough. Namaskar.